Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. A very warm welcome to a very important Facebook live session, which is to discuss the countdown to ACCA June 2023 exams. The ACCA June 2023 exams are just 15 days away, and what exactly you should be doing in these 15 days is very, very important. Now, this session will take your questions and answers into focus as well. So, if you have any queries and questions about your preparation for the last 15 days, whether it is for the AA paper or the AAA paper or the SPL paper, you are more than welcome to put in your questions, and I will be answering them. So, what is the best strategy? Is there one good definition of what is the best strategy, what you should be doing in the next 15 days for your AA, AAA, and SPL exams? I believe that the time we are in now, 15 days away from the actual June exams, this is the time where the focus has to shift on practice, revision, and mock. I'm again repeating, the focus has to shift on practice, revision, and mock. I think in these 15 days, you should just start your revision now. And you should focus on the practice as much as possible. And more importantly, doing a mock exam, which is being uploaded by ACCA on the practice platform under the practice exams for AA, AAA, and SBL. That is very important. And I prefer you do the mock exam somewhere on the 31st of May or on the 1st of June. But before that, complete everything. Now you are the best judge of yourself. You know where are you standing today on the 21st of May. You know what is still left to be done. You know how much time you can give to your studies from this point onwards up to the day of exam. So I think you are in a best position to set up a study planner for the next 15 days. I cannot do it for you, but I can at least motivate you to make it. I can at least guide you that making a study timetable for the next 15 days is very, very crucial because you know the gaps. You know what you have done and what is still remaining. You know how much practice have you done and how much practice is still remaining. So, making a 15 days timetable, which is focused on revision, which is focused on practice of the recent papers on the practice platform, the recent papers on the practice platform, whether it is for AA, AAA, or SPL, the mock exam on the practice platform, that is the key. Primarily for the AAA and SPL paper, the recent articles. The SBL students are aware that there are recent articles in the syllabus area E, which is technology, and there is three articles: part one, part two, part three, which is the application of new technology. And already in the mock exam for June 23, which has been uploaded by ACCA for SBL, there is a question on cloud technology. So you cannot ignore reading the three articles on application of new technology because something from those three articles could be in the real June exam this time. So that is for the SPL students. For the AAA students, you all are aware that a couple of exam technique articles have been introduced in the last month. There are exam techniques article under the syllabus area D for business risk and audit risk, how to write a very good answer for business and audit risk. There is also a article in the syllabus area D about attempting the question number one, which is again an exam technique article. And then there is a one under the syllabus area B. And under the syllabus area B, it's about how to write a good ethics answer, applying ethics in the AAA paper. So four articles under AAA in the last 1 month, and they're all technique articles. They're not giving you any education. They're not giving you any technical knowledge. They're just telling you how to write a good answer. I've already covered them in my regular classes, in my regular webinars, the paid webinars, right? You know, since September, I'm not doing any free webinars. My webinars are now paid content. If anyone wants to avail it, they can WhatsApp me, they can contact me, and they can get hold of the webinars I did in December 22 and March 23 and onwards. But I'm not doing any free webinars since September 22. The last free webinar I did was September 22 for the AA, AAA, and SBL, which is on the YouTube channel of mine. So if you have any questions pertaining to what you should be doing in the last 15 days, you want to ask something, you're more than welcome to raise in your query. But the last 15 days is crucial because this is like an icing on the cake. And this is the time when things should get to the fine tuning mode. This is the time when you should start revising the key areas of AA, AAA, and SPL. You should spend time on revising the core aspect of your syllabus, reading through the articles if you've not done so, practicing the past papers, and again for the AA paper, for the AAA paper, and even for the SBL paper, three latest examiner reports. Three latest examiner reports in the next 15 days. That is one examiner report every 5 days. Read it. See what the examiner is telling you. See what the examiner is telling you why student failed the SBL paper, the AA paper, the AAA paper. Reading the examiner report. One examiner report every 5 days. You need to read a total of three. That's not a challenging task at all, but you will get benefit of that because the examining report will guide you on the reasons why student fail. I've already put a video on the December 22 examiner report for SBL students on my YouTube channel. So you can just go down and watch it instead of reading the December 22 examiner report. And I try my best to do the same sessions for the AA and the AAA students soon on the YouTube because I've not been uploading a lot of free content recently on the YouTube channels, but I plan to do so in the next 1 week so that to maximize the benefits of the students appearing for the AA, AAA, and SBL exams in June. So if you have any questions, anyone watching it live and want to raise any questions, this is what you should go ahead and do it. If I go paper by paper, let's first go down with the AA paper. For the AA paper, what is the best strategy for the next 15 days? Just a recap. It's the practice of the recent papers on the practice platform, number one. Doing the mock exam published by ACCA, number two, a revision of the core areas, number three, and ensuring you have read the three latest examiner reports and investigated reasons why student fail. What are issues in a question on internal control? What are issues in a question on substantive procedure? What are issues in the question on test of control? What are issues in section A? What are issues in a reporting question? You will get everything from the three latest examiner report, and you can ensure you're not repeating it if you are a AA student. So that should be what a AA student should be doing in the last 15 days ahead of the exams. For the SVL student, what should be the best strategy for the last 15 days? Again, the focus is on recent papers, practice of recent papers on the practice platform. And on the practice platform, you have recent papers from December 20 onwards. So your focus has to be on that. The more recent papers you do, the better rigor, better exam rigor you will be understanding. Reading three examiner reports for SBL, identifying reasons of failure in terms of professional marks and technical marks. You will get a lot of knowledge if you read three latest examiner reports of the SBL examiner. The three recent articles, application of new technology, part 1, 2, 3, which is under the syllabus area E, seems very important. Already there is a question on cloud technology in the June 23 mock exam as well, gives you an indication and a hint of things coming in the June 23 exams. You need to ensure you revise. And those who are taking my regular classes and taking my webinar, you know there is a document which is known as the Dr. Dinu 100 series, which is a very good document for revision in the last 15 days. But again, that is only accessible to students who are registered with me and they know the importance of that document. So that is what you can do for SPL, preparing yourself in the last 15 days. The AAA paper, last 15 days. Again, the same strategy. Recent papers from December 20 on practice platform. Three latest examiner reports. Read through them. Investigate reasons why student fail. What are reasons why student underperform in a question on audit risk, business risk, risk of material misstatement? What are issues the student do in writing procedures, evidence? What are issues the student do in writing a reporting answer? investigate those reasons and try not to repeat them in your actual upcoming exams. The mock exam, do that either on 31st of May or the 1st of June. Watch the mock debrief the tutor has given you if you are my registered student. And please ensure you read the latest exam technique articles for AAA. There are four exam techniques article, one under syllabus area B, ethics, and three under the syllabus area D, which is attempting the question number one and exam techniques for business risk and audit risk. The awareness of that has already been disseminated on my YouTube channel. If you are my regular students, you already know about it. So what to do in the last 15 days have already been guided, but this is important, putting a timetable, because if you're not putting the timetable, you don't know what to do. You might get lost in the last 15 days, you might spoil the time in the last 15 days. Every single hour counts now. So it's very, very important that you develop a timetable, you devise a timetable, and you stick to it. Okay, any questions? You're welcome to ask them. Okay, let's check. Are there any questions from the students? You can put the questions in the comment section of the stream, whether you're doing it on the Facebook or the YouTube. You can just put it the questions you want to raise in the comment section. Okay, so far, if you have no questions, just let me discuss the final perspective of this countdown to the ACCA June 2023 exams. Now, it is extremely important that the last 15 days you have before exam, every single day you do something which contributes to your success in the upcoming exam. Try to ensure every single day you have a study approach, you have a study planner, you stick to it. Okay, there is a question first, which is now coming in from Hamel. What current issue to look for in AAA? I've already put the current issue. If you are my regular student, or if you're not even, I think I put the current issue which appeared in the September 22 mock for the first time. And that current issue is even in the June 23 mock the ACC has published, which is the uh, climatical changes and the responsibility of the auditor, or the climatical risk and the responsibility of the auditor. I've already done a video on that on my channel. I hope uh, you can you can get hold of it on my YouTube channel, which is with the reference of the climatical changes or the climatical risk and the responsibility of the auditor, because that same question is covered in the June 23 mock as well, which was covered in the September 22 mock. So I hope you got the answer. Humble. There's a question from Edmund. What do you do if the scenario is confusing for question number one? See, uh, there could be certain aspects which you are not understanding, but it could not be that you're not understanding the whole scenario. If you're not understanding something in the scenario, just reread it. Even if you're not understanding after rereading, ignore that part and move on. Because, for example, if in the scenario one, you need to find five audit risk, there will be more than five audit risk in the scenario. So even if you're skipping a paragraph, you will still be able to find the five audit risk from the scenario one. So firstly, you should reread if you're not understanding something in the scenario, and probably it will start making sense. But if it is a paragraph which you're not understanding, you cannot waste time, right? Then you have to move on, ignoring that paragraph. Okay, question from Rangan, whether mock should be given after seeing the debrief. No, 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 not at all. You first do the mock yourself, you first write the answer yourself, and then play the debrief. Then see what have you done and what is the debrief guiding you. Where is the variance? Try to find the variance after writing your answer and then the debrief. So that's the only way you can find the variance, right? And the variance will help you improve the answer, Rangan Chatterjee. Okay, Mohali, uh, can we be asked to prepare a full PID in exam? No, you do get PID in exam, but not a full one, right? I've not seen that since September 18 exams, a full PID. But yes, a section of that is relevant to the SPL paper. Okay, Humble, can you paint a picture of an ideal day from now on, like doing questions first, then revise? Yes, practice is the key focus of the last 15 days, Humble. So I think what you should be doing in these last 15 days is practice. Every day, at least one paper is done or one paper is read through. At least you've gone over a paper. One day, one paper is not difficult, right? So at least I think one paper a day should be kept for the last 15 days. Okay, there is a question from Camera. Is this recorded? I want to watch later. Yes, this is recorded, and you can watch it later on my Facebook and the YouTube. It immediately gets uploaded there because these are Facebook and YouTube live sessions. Should they immediately come on my YouTube channel and my Facebook channel? Secondly, what advice do you have when approaching the audit evidence section? Uh, uh, Camera, is this relating to AAA, the audit evidence? Can you put the next question so I can guide you accordingly? Because this session is for AA as well. So evidence in the context of what? Evidence in the context of AAA or AA? Please, I'm just waiting for your next question. Okay, there is another question from Mahra. AA. Should we avoid writing detailed answer, or is it fine as long as we get the message through? Yes, if the message gets through, that's what you need. Clarity. Your answer should not be ambiguous. Your answer should be clear. Your answer should communicate the message. Long answers is not a ray of hope that you will pass. Clear, concise answers. If you are telling about a deficiency in internal control, reading your answer, I can pick what is the deficiency, and what's the implication of the deficiency on the organization. That is it. If you're writing a risk, the risk identified from the case study, then telling what is the underlying risk. Is something wrong with the recognition? Is something wrong with the valuation? Is something wrong with the classification? What is the risk? And what is the impact of that risk? Something understated and overstated. These are minimum things, right? You're looking for in writing the answer. I hope I've given the answer to you, Mara. Okay, Camera, yes, AAA. So evidence in AAA has a very structured approach. You know, the question on question in AAA for evidence ask you comment on the methods and explain the evidence in the working paper file. So in terms of commenting on the matter is always an accounting matter. So you first comment on the materiality of the accounting matter. Then the second comment you do is on the accounting treatment. You try to investigate what is wrong in the accounting treatment. Where the management is going wrong in terms of the accounting treatment they have adopted in the case study. Once you investigate the wrong side of the accounting treatment, then you need to find in that what is the risk. Is something wrongly recognized? Is something wrongly classified? Is something wrongly presented? Or is something wrongly disclosed or not disclosed? And then what is the material misstatement? What is understated and what is overstated? So it's more like you're writing a ROM answer. It's more like you're writing an audit risk answer, because that's the structured approach of commenting on the matter in the question on evidence. And I hope you know how to write evidence, right? A copy of something, a notes of something. So you would like to write the working papers, right? The working paper starts with a copy of, the notes of, results of, something like that. I hope you're clear on that, Camera. Okay, there is a question from Zishan Islam, AAA. I'm a little confused between procedure, evidence, and additional information specific to a scenario. Difficult to pick points. Uh, See, Zishan, a procedure has to start with an action, like review the board minutes, and you go on, or you say review the cash book, or review the sales invoice, or inquire the management, discuss with management, recalculate the deferred taxation, recalculate the depreciation expense. It needs to start with an action procedure. And then for every procedure, you have an objective. If you are reviewing something, you are inquiring something, or you are recalculating something, why? What is the objective? What is the purpose? To ensure, to confirm what? That is how you go down with a procedure, right? Evidence. Evidence is simply that, for example, a question is asking you evidence. If I'm writing a procedure, I will say review the board minutes. If I'm writing an evidence, I will say copy of the board minutes, because eventually, uh, I'm thinking about my working paper file. What will be in my working paper file? What sort of documents will be in my working paper file? Will I have a copy of the sales invoice? Will I have a copy of the board minutes? Will I have the results of my recalculation in my working paper file? So I recalculate something, that's my procedure, but the results of recalculation is something that will go in my working paper file. So that's how you go down with evidences. And additional information is the document you need from the management at the start of the audit. For example, to perform something, or to perform something on the fixed assets, you need a fixed asset register from the management. So fixed asset register is the additional information you need from the management. Or to check the decisions taken by the management during the year, you need the board minutes. Or to check the receipts and payments, you need the cash book. So cash book is a information, or board minutes is the information that you need from the management. And when you write information, you directly start with board minutes to confirm something, cash book to confirm something. You don't write any additional word before the document when you're writing the additional information. I hope I've given you a long, clear answer here, Zishan. Okay, another question from Edmund. Do you need to read all the three questions for AAA before planning? No, I think you should go one by one. Section A, start section A first, read the section A question and then answer. Then open the section B and go in that order. Not reading all the three questions at the first go. Okay, there is another question from Mohali SBL. Can our role change from question to question in the exam, that is switch from management consultant to NED? There was a question, I believe, in 1819 where there you had to multiple roles. Yes, it is possible. It is possible. Every task, your role can change. Normally, what we see is one role throughout the paper. So when you read the introduction says you are a management consultant, and then you remain the management consultant throughout. But yes, there is a possibility that a role change in a certain task. So be be very careful. Humble, would you recommend a specific question that you think we should show try in the final days? The recent 6 papers from December 20 onwards, Humble, December 20, 2021, 2022. These are the recent 6 papers you should be doing inside these last 15 days. I do have my webinars camera, and the webinars are paid. You can use them as a revision. They are like 46 hours of intense tips, techniques, drafting, lots of guidance in 46 hours. But that is all a paid content. You can contact me for the webinars if you want to avail them. Just let me put my WhatsApp number where you can just put a message to me for any interest in purchasing the webinars. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I hope you can see the WhatsApp number in front of your screen now. That's +92 333 2383. Sorry, just let me rephrase that. I think I put something wrong in that WhatsApp number. WhatsApp me at +92 333 2383 442. Okay, I hope you can see the number in front of your screen now, camera. It's 92 333 2383 442. That's where you can WhatsApp me if you have any interest in taking any admissions to any relevant courses. Okay, back to the questions. Okay, there is a question from Arsalan. Which question shall I start first? If you're asking for AAA paper, then question number 1. ACCA study resource video shows that start from question 2, 3, and then 1. I'm concerned I might lack time. No, see, what I can tell you is that the examiner reports for AAA, they do suggest you can start with your strongest question first. But I believe in that case, you have to go through all the 3 questions, reading the 3 questions to choose which is the strongest one. That can waste a lot of time. And if you don't know a question, you might get nervous. You might get into emotional instability, and you might spoil your exam sitting. So I believe when you enter the exam hall, you're very fresh, you're very energetic, you have a lot of motivation. And I think that should be utilized in the first question of the AAA paper. Because if you do the section B first, you will be exhausted. You might be stressed out because you didn't knew anything in you didn't knew a part in the section B. You might not be emotionally stable as you were at the start of the exam. So I think that way you might not be able to do justice with the section A. So go with section A first and B second. Arasan, I hope you're getting my answer. Okay, lots of questions now pouring in. Which topics are more likely to be tested in the June exam, especially between other assignments and ethics? I believe for other assignments, there was a new other assignment which was added in September 22. There was an examiner article on assurance on social, environmental, and sustainability information. We've not seen a question on that. I foresee that as something important, a question around assurance on social, environmental, and sustainability information, those new articles which were published under the syllabus area F. I hope you've seen those technical articles. And again, the review of prospective financial information continues to be the examiner favorite. Uh, a question on quality management, because it's a more recent topic. We do see examiner putting questions on quality management at more regular intervals, so you can foresee that coming in the June 23 exam as well. Even though question spotting is something difficult, but that's like the core areas you have in the AAA paper, Zishan. Okay, a question from Sadiq bin Salahuddin. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Walaikum assalam. I became an ACCA member last year. I was going through YouTube and found you live. I just want to thank you because your guidance, I passed P7. May Allah bless you. Thank you so much, Sadiq, for that lovely comment. Really, really happy that you are watching me live, even though you've passed the paper. Wish you all the best for your future goals and objectives. Thank you. Okay, there is another question from Punit. If there is a new audit client and the question asks for significant ROM, so can we write the new client as an audit risk? The question is asking for ROM and a new client can be written as an audit risk. How can that be possible? If the question is on ROM, the new audit client, there could be a risk in the opening balances. There could be material misstatements in the opening balances where the auditor needs to be very careful. If the question is on audit risk, then the new client can be linked to a detection risk, right? In ROM we don't have a detection risk unit, right? So in ROM there is only inherent risk and control risk. So if it is a new client, you can think about opening balances and the risk inside opening balances if you're writing a ROM answer. But if you're writing an audit risk answer for a new client, then for sure you can write with detection risk as a significant risk. I hope I understood your question well and answered. Edmund, can you direct me to any source to help with navigating easily on the exam platform? Are you unaware of the computer-based exams, Edmund? Seems like a very strange question 15 days before exams. How to navigate the exam platform? You are not aware of the ACC practice platform at this point in time? Okay, Mohali, SPL question. Any hot topics likely to be tested in June 23 other than technology? I foresee technology is a hot topic because a lot of emphasis has been given in the last 3 months on technology. But apart from technology, that examiner is very fond of putting a question on risk. Risk is examiner most favorite topic. So anything out of risk seems like hot topic in SPL. And the other core areas, examiner is very fond of putting something on weaknesses in internal control or something around the external environment or something like Porter Diamond or something around strategy and the evaluation of strategies. I think these are core areas which comes regular in the past papers. But again, spotting a question is very difficult for SPL. Okay, another question from Mara. Can you please guide me as to what is the difference between exam drilling sessions and webinars to success? Exam drilling sessions is what I do in my regular classes where I need to practice the past papers. So I do practice the past papers in exam drilling sessions, certain of them. Webinars to success is not just the past papers, it's also the tips, the guidance, the techniques, blending through the examiner reports. So it takes you one level up than the exam drilling sessions. So if you want to avail webinars to success, you can. I've given my WhatsApp number. Just let me put that on the screen again. Anyone who wants to get into the webinars, in the last 15 days, the webinars can really help you, and they're not very costly. The prices have been kept low to maximize the benefits to students. Okay, we have taken questions. Just let me check. Have I missed any question? Okay, Edmund is saying, is it okay to go with 213? No, Edmund, I would suggest 123. I've just given the reason for that as well. Okay. Am I missing any question? No, I think I've answered all of them, though they came very quickly and a lot of them came in. But my speed to answering, I think, was good enough that I went through all of them. Okay, so let's move back again. You can see my WhatsApp number on the screen where you can contact me for any admissions to any revision courses. And um, the study strategy for the last 15 days has been discussed in this Facebook Live session. And I hope you got notes of that because in the last 15 days, examiner reports, three of them, recent papers, a mock exam, recent articles, primarily for SPL and AAA, are extremely important. For the AA students, a lot of practice of Section B around internal controls, test of control, direct controls, um, audit reporting, substantive procedures can really help you survive the exam pressure. And a lot of knowledge from the technical articles can help you survive the Section A of the paper. Okay, there is another question, rather lots of questions from Edmund coming in the session today. What is your advice on question one items on group like use of component auditors and expert? Yes, we do find knowledge questions on component auditor, examiner asking what sort of matters will the group auditor consider when using the work of a component auditor, or what sort of matters the auditor will consider when using the work of an expert. These are knowledge topics in the syllabus area A of the AAA paper, and we do see some 5 to 6 knowledge marks in the question number one as well. So I hope you benefited from this session. Countdown to ACCA June 23 exams. 15 days away the exams are. And these are nervous times where you need to stay calm, composed, and you need to demonstrate your emotional stability because every day from now onward counts. You cannot spoil a day from now onwards. Every day is important. Making a timetable, devising a timetable, finding what is left in the list to do, making a list to do as well is very very important, that you make a list to do on what should I do Monday, what should I do Tuesday, what should I do Wednesday. So I think that to do list is very important. You can make a post-it and put the post-it on your laptop or on your study table just to know, okay, what I have to do on Monday, what I have need to do on Tuesday. So I think those post-its can really help you on your study tables or on your laptops or wherever you sit down to study. Can be really beneficial because you can just look at the post-it for Monday and see, okay, this is what I need to do on Monday. And at the end of the Monday, you can just throw that post-it. You're done with it. Move on. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that way. Okay. There's a question from the Rob. So can you kindly put up the recording of this live session? It automatically gets uploaded on my Facebook and YouTube because that's the beauty of the Facebook live sessions. The moment you end, it gets uploaded and you can watch it as many times you can. Okay, Humble saying, thank you, sir. You are welcome. Again, Humble is saying, much respect, sir. God bless you. Thank you so much. Wish you all success. The purpose of the session is just to facilitate your success and just to guide you what sort of the right study strategies in the last 15 days. And it's more about building your confidence. Because these last 15 days, a lot of times the student gets stressed out, they get nervous, they get demotivated, they think they don't know anything. That's quite of a human psyche that 15 days before exams you start forgetting things and you say, oh, I don't know anything. But that's all in your mind here. You have absorbed things in your mind and they will come out of your mind on the day of exam. Don't be worried about it. That's quite like a human psyche you are going through in these last 15 days. Okay, then that is it from the countdown to ACCA June 23 exam, where I tried to cover what you should do for the AAA paper in the last 15 days, what you should be doing for the AA paper in the last 15 days, and what you should be doing for the SBL paper in the last 15 days. If anyone has any interest in buying my revision packages for AA, AAA, and SBL for June, you can just WhatsApp me at the given number on your screen, and I can tell you the admission process. And again, the cost of these webinar packages is kept very low to maximize the benefits and to ensure that further pressure is not put in the times of these economic challenges globally. So this is it from the session. I'm Kashif Kamran signing off from this Facebook live session countdown to ACCA June 2023 exams. Wish you all the very best of luck and success in your upcoming exams. Take care. Goodbye and Allah Hafiz.